Maryland leaders will be at the Social Security Administration headquarters in Woodlawn tonight, discussing the future of that agency. Comes as a Maryland federal judge has temporarily blocked Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency from accessing the Social Security Administration systems that hold personal data on millions of Americans. Today's decision from the judge also requires the team to delete any personally identifiable data that they may have. Well, as the Trump administration continues to make cuts to the federal workforce, no state is at greater risk than Maryland. 1 in 10 federal workers live in our state. And that's the subject of new analysis by our media partner, the Baltimore Banner. Reporter Greg Morton joined us right now. Good to see you, Greg. Thanks for being back with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, really interesting data research that you've done. So you show while other states may have more federal workers by the numbers, in Maryland it represents a larger portion of the workforce, and that's the issue, right?
Absolutely. So in Maryland, about 1 in 10 workers works for the federal government. It's a higher rate than any other state and a higher rate than anywhere in America besides DC proper.
So most of those federal workers, according to your maps, are in PG and Montgomery counties. But I was literally shocked to learn about the number of federal workers in Charles and St. Mary's counties. So what are the other things that you found about where they are living and what their jobs are?
Absolutely. So, there's high concentrations, obviously, in places like PG and in Montgomery County and in Charles that, are closer by proximity to DC than somewhere like Baltimore. But there are pockets of federal workers all around the state, right? And you think particularly about places near places like Fort Meade, places like the Social Security Administration in Baltimore County. Just tons of these pockets of places where, 1 in 10, 1 in 8 people are federal employees.
So, all right, you mentioned the Department of Defense, you've mentioned Social Security. What other departments do these workers work for?
Every department that you can imagine, right? When we ran the numbers on this and looked at the jobs in the state, there were over 200 federal agencies that had at least one job in Maryland. But the bulk of those are at places like NIH, like the Social Security Administration and the Department of Commerce, right, which that includes the Census Bureau.
All right, well, we've already been warned by state lawmakers that this could, because of this number of workers and how many of them may be out of a job, this could lead to recession in our state, which will impact all of us if it happens. I urge people, take a look at what Greg has researched and found out. It's fascinating data there in your report. As always, Greg, thank you for joining us. Really good report. And if you'd like to learn more and again take a look at the data he's found and also great reporting from the Baltimore Banner, just go to thebaltimorebanner.com.